everyone, Ginger Gargoyle here with another haul video. See the pretty purple background? Yes, this is my Vikings blanket. Yeah, my Minnesota Vikings blanket. And we're actually having a pretty good year this year, knock on wood. But, yeah, so, haul video. It's just me today. My daughter took off someplace this morning. She said something about helping her boyfriend buy some pants and a button-down shirt for an engagement party tomorrow. So, okay. This is from scrapbookingmadesimple.com in Santa Clarita, California. Remember, she is only open Monday through Friday at this point, except for holidays. Because, well, she just doesn't have the staffing to be opened on the weekends, and that's usually when they get the majority of their packing and their shipping done. But this was a accelerated shipping package, except I did have some going, gone in this order. So let's do those first. I also want to say that I ordered this on October 29th. So let's do the going, gone first. Okay. So she has in her array of exclusives some binding, okay, and seam bindings that she and her SMS guys and gals have dyed and put on the market. Look, I busted my nail this morning, so now it's really crooked. So anyways, and I'm going to be pausing you guys because, well, if you remember correctly, I broke my glasses. So I'm going to have to zoom in with my iPad to see what colors these are. But I ordered some of the seam bindings. Not a lot, but some. Hang on. Okay, so this was called Sea Peacock. This looked much lighter, almost like a little bit darker than a baby blue on the website. And it is very, very deep greenish blue. It's not as bright blue as a peacock. When I think of a peacock, it's more of a green. But it's a pretty color. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just not what I was kind of planning on using it for. So this will go into my stash, and I'll just go with my baby blue that I have instead. But yeah, so I picked up one of these. And these were on sale, I want to say, for $3, which is actually quite inexpensive. You get 5 yards of each, and they're I want to say a half inch wide. This is called Turkey Red. I'm going to show you the numbers. She doesn't have the names on here. I just happen to remember that this was Turkey Red. I looked it up. This is SEAC Peacock, PEACOCK. These may still be available. I don't know. I have not double checked, but this one is Turkey Red. And then I picked up some orange. Okay, and this is just called orange. It's not melon, it is orange. There is a melon that's paler than this, but this is definitely orange. I should have picked up more than one of these, but I do believe I just picked up one, maybe two. All right. And then I have a feeling she's getting rid of this entire line, and there's not many of these left. I picked up 5 packs, so 25 yards total in cream and 25 yards total in black. All right. Now, at the time that I had ordered these, it was before Halloween. I was like, oh, okay, I'll be all set for Halloween for next year. Yeah, you guys know how I plan ahead and things just don't get done, so. But yeah, and this is a nice deep black. Yeah, so, and this, you could use this for chokers or for necklaces as well. You can use these uh, as ties on pants or shirts, or you can use them to tie a miniature scrapbook shut. I've done that several times. But yeah, these are very handy to have around. I don't know if the ink that she uses is color fast in water. I do know that it's fairly light fast, which means it doesn't fade in the light. But then most of the colors I've used so far have been fairly pale. So while I do have the darker colors, I tend not to use them quite as much. So, and then, um, yeah, I'll do that in a separate video. Yeah, so I picked up 5 of the black and 5 of the cream. But like I said, I don't know how long she's going to have these in her going, gone section. And I don't know if she's planning on replacing them. So if you need seam binding or ribbon, this is the time to get it. Okay, and then I picked up from her YouTube, all right, and it is, or I should say, this was from Scrapbooking Made Simple's YouTube number 473. Okay. She had in her YouTube Yummy sale where she puts the products that she uses, or most of the products that she uses in her YouTube for that weekend at a discounted price. So she used some of these. These are from her Say It With Stampendous special, but she decided to use them in the YouTube Yummy. So she put them in there, not at an additional discount, just at the discount that she had for the Say It With Stampendous special. And it is 12, 12, no, 10, no, no, where is it here? It's the October bundle number 6, okay, and it's her embossing folders. They're exclusive for SMS. I want to say, yeah, 12 pieces. 12 pieces, and I want to say it was like $9 or $10. It was pretty inexpensive, and you can see that these are nice big bottles of embossing powder. There's metallics in here. There's several things. The only thing is they are not marked. Okay, they're just plain bottles. So what, at least what I'm planning on doing is making a sample of what the color is, and it's going to be a pretty detailed sample because some of this is detailed powder, which means it's ground finer so that it doesn't have such the spread as it melts. Okay, well, that's the difference between regular embossing powder and a detailed embossing powder or chunky embossing powder. It's the grind that they put on it. Okay, and then I'm going to stick a label on the side and one on the top. All right, and then I can tell at a glance if it's a detailed or not. Because the detail will keep the detail of the stamp, all right, where the regular embossing powder, if there's one in here, will spread a little bit wider and some of the detail will be loose, where if it's a chunky, and I do not believe there are any chunkies in here, it'll completely just kind of blob out. Okay? Oh, excuse me. Yes, so I picked up this. And I do believe that she just used this in last week's as well. This along with the glitters. Because Stampendous, you might have heard, is going to be shutting its doors for a while. At least for a while. That's the word for now. And so every month it's December's her last month, the Fran, the owner of Stampendous, has worked out a deal with her to get down her inventory. The nice thing is some of the stamps are going to be taken over by spellbinders, I want to say. But things like this will be going away. So I've got this one, and then I've got another one coming from a couple of weeks ago on her video. Okay. And then she also she worked out a deal with this company, Pink Ink. All right. And they were like, at one point they had asked her if she wanted this, and she was like, I don't know. And she hadn't really thought of it until these bossing things came along. This is plain white. There's nothing on it. Rice paper. You guys know that I love the rice paper that's printed, but sometimes that just doesn't meet what I want to do. It doesn't have the pattern that I want, or it doesn't quite coordinate with what I'm doing, or I just want something a little different. Now I can do that with the rice paper. So I'm telling you, at some point you guys are going to get just downloaded with videos that I keep saying, I'm going to have to make a video on this. I'm going to have to make a video on this. And then she had a new bundle of envelopes and cards from from Sizzix. And so I grabbed these as well. And we will take a look through and look at the colors. These are kind of darker colors. So let's see what they are. This one is called French Navy. Let me open this one up. Okay, so this is French Navy, and it is a very deep blue. Okay, and these are regular A2 size cards. They're the 4.25 by 5.5. All right, you get 10 of each of the cards and the envelopes. EN. All right, and there is no stickum on these envelopes. Now, someone had asked Stacy about that. Cool thing is, if you have double-sided tape, you can use that on there. If you just bought wax seals, you can wax seal it shut, but then this won't be able to go through the mail. But I'm going to have to check the other sets that I bought and see if they are missing the sticky as well. That's rather interesting. This one is called Holly Berry, and you can see that it's a nice deep red, but it's not too deep of a red. It's not a tomato red, but it's not a cranberry either. It's really nice red. This one is called Pebble Wash, and it's kind of a gray. Okay, and it's a nice pale light gray. This is a photo on the front. That's why I keep showing you the sides so you can actually see the color of the envelopes and the cards, and they match perfectly. This one is simply called Rose, and it's a much pinker rose than it looks like with this lighting. This lighting is pretty yellowish in my room, and I really apologize. Okay. This one is called Peppermint. It's very pretty green. I really like this one. So that's it for all these colors. Let's see if we can't get all these in here so you can see the difference in the colors. I'm going to put that there and put that there. Okay. So you get 5 of those, all right, but 10 of each color and for cards and envelopes. And then, oh, I love these, but she's kind of changed the way that she does these now. She came out with a new set of dies and stamps. This is her Shifting Sunlight collection. All right. This particular one, you can only get it in the dies and the stamps together. I don't remember if she sells just one of them by themselves. I want to say it's just the die. All right, and they all make these gate folded cards. There's 2 that go sideways or landscape style. Okay, so 2 that'll go this way and then open up like this, and 2 that'll go this way and open up like this. I think that's pretty amazing. And if you remember her past sets of the Enchanted and the Endearments, where they were windows that opened, this is another take on those. And I wrote her on her, when I placed the order, there's a little place for you to leave your notes, and I told her that I thought this was a great pattern or great cutting die to work with those other dies. Okay, so this is what the cutting die looks like. Okay, and you can see that this opens sideways or on landscape. All right, and then this is the stamp. You can use just the stamp, or you can use just the die, or you can use them together. Okay, so that's high tea. This one is called Lavender Hills. I'll show you the back. All right, and this is a portrait style. Oh, I thought these would have been the same. Okay, so that's what this looks like together. Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, and then here are the hills. All right, so if you can imagine this on a green background sheet, which I know doesn't make much sense because this would be blue up here, but then if you stamped on it with a or actually, you know what, if this were a blue sheet and you stamped on it with a green, all right, and then did green embossing powder. No. Okay, even better. Say this was on blue paper. Hang on, feel me out here. And then you stamp this with your Versamark, and then did this in with purple embossing powder, very light lavender type purple. All right, and then you colored in between these lines with a yellow marker, or dabbed on dye ink, a yellow dye ink. The blue and the yellow together would turn that into green. Oh, that would look wonderful. If you ask me, that would look wonderful. Okay. This one is called Garden Path. Okay, it's another portrait style. Okay. And this one, oh, this is gorgeous with these trees. If you remember the Halloween pack where she had where the kids were walking, or there was this big tree with the ring around it. Okay, this would be great on that. Or even the one with the haunted house, this would be great on that. See, I think about how my dies and things will work together, not just by themselves. And then this is what that looks like. Okay, and then this is the last but not the least thing that I bought. Okay, this is called Sandy Bay, and it is another landscape or sideways card. And this is what this one looks like. And this, oh, this is such a gorgeous stamp. Okay, this one I'm going to have to play with as well. Aren't these just gorgeous? Now, these are a clear stamp. I'm not a huge fan of clear stamps, but, you know, a stamp platform, if you do not have good luck with clear stamps, a stamp platform is your best buddy. I have a tendency of, when I use clear stamps, of being able to get the outside part of the stamp, but not the inside part of the stamp. And so having a stamp positioner makes it very easy to stamp, 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 and I don't have to worry about the paper shifting or the stamp itself shifting. All right, and these are just the peel off and stick type of stamps. They're a cling stamp. All right, there's no sticky on the back. You can see there's no sticky. It just clings for static electricity. And I definitely plan on using my India ink at least once on here, not only to condition the stamp, but also to make it so that when I have it on my positioner, it's much easier for me to tell where things are lining up. As long as I'm real gentle when I ink it on and don't blur the lines too much. And then it should look fairly close to the indexing that is on this sheet. Okay? Alright guys, that is everything in this order from scrapbookingmadesimple.com. She's a little mom and pop shop. It's definitely a family business. She works there, her husband works there, her boys work there, and yeah, they took a really hard hit during the whole California crisis, with what was going on there in 2020 and 2021, and then just when they were getting back on their feet, they got hit with the bug, and a lot of people had to go out sick. So yeah, really, I encourage you to check her out. Customer service is definitely a piece of their action there, but they're a very small business, and we got to keep the small businesses in business, you know. Hobby Lobby, Simon Says Stamp, scrapbooking.com, they all have their place, but the small ma and pop businesses are what keeps crafting affordable for everyday people, such as us. Okay? So really, go check them out. And you'd be surprised. Check out her little side little offerings. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. I'm at 23 minutes. I'm hoping this is all going to upload. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.